So then Sonny met with Justine. Justine was thinking it was going to be a booty call. Good morning, fellow General Hospital fans. Here to talk about yesterday's Tuesday episode of the show, which was a disappointing one. If Monday's episode was an episode that kind of got me excited that May sweeps could be good on General Hospital, while Tuesday's episode was like a cold bucket of water being thrown over me. Because the truth is about General Hospital right now is that if it's not the taking down Sidwell and Column storyline, then everything else, these other storylines that they're trying to do, they suck. And that was kind of what yesterday's episode revolved around. First of all, of course, dealing with this crash storyline between Curtis and Jordan, who were in the crash. Justine trying to find the other car, even though no real crime was committed. I don't even know what else to say about this storyline that I haven't already said. It is such a weak concept for a storyline that it genuinely is a waste of time for the audience. Because again, we just have Brook Lynn wanting to talk to Tracy because once again, she's having guilt about the accident that she didn't stop. But because of the way they have written this, it's not like the other driver is at fault. So, I mean, yeah, Brook Lynn can have this guilt for not stopping to see what went wrong, but, like, they wrote it in a way so that if it was Brook Lynn that was the other driver, it's like, she's still going to be St. Brook Lynn. She really didn't do anything wrong. Like, if they would have had her be a cause of the accident, this could, I guess, be a slightly better storyline because somebody else would have been at fault. But instead, it's Jordan, and Jordan has said that she had taken her eyes off the road. But instead, Justine, I get that Justine is friends with Jordan and all, but Justine and Laura had a conversation about the accident because Justine is following up on Isaiah if Isaiah could have been the other driver because that's what Curtis was pushing. So we also have Justine listening to Curtis, who just has sour grapes over Isaiah and Portia. But Justine is talking to Laura, talking about how she is trying to determine if there is a case here. But, like, shouldn't there maybe be a case for Jordan's reckless driving then, if Jordan is admitting that she took her eyes off the road? Has Jordan told Justine or a police officer about the fact that her man was all up on her being frisky while she was trying to drive? And that continues to be another part of the story that bothers me, because Jordan keeps having these memories of kissing Curtis. Does she remember, Curtis being frisky all up on her leg while she's trying to drive? I feel like she should be upset with Curtis as well. But that's not a part of the storyline either, because the storyline seems to be one extremely weak concept. But Curtis was upset about the flowers in Jordan's hospital room being from Brick. Curtis always wondering why Brick comes around when he is gone. But I guess it was a good news day for Jordan because she was released from the hospital. But again, like I said, towards the end of the episode, Jordan is upset with herself for not keeping her eyes on the road. But she's not blaming Curtis for being in the passenger seat, being the one frisky with her. Just bad. The storyline really does suck. Rick went to go see Liz at the hospital. He wanted to go away with her for the weekend, and she agreed to go. And they ended up kissing before she had to go back to work. So some good progress here for Rick and Liz, who I do enjoy as a couple, even though they have some bleak history on this show as a couple. Later in the episode, Laura and Liz were talking about Rick and that relationship. Laura wondering if that's what Liz really wants to do. Liz talking about how Rick has changed thanks to his brotherhood with Sonny growing, now that they actually have a good brotherly relationship. Or so we think, because Ethan played a part in maybe making Sonny doubt if Rick is actually loyal this time, because that's what Sonny assigned Rick to do, follow Rick. And Ethan told Sonny that Rick had this secretive conversation with Ava after some stuff went down yesterday. And then Ethan followed Ava, who went straight to Sidwell. So Ethan suspects that maybe Rick told something to Ava in secret, and then Ava went to go tell it to Sidwell. I'm hoping that's not the case. We did see Rick whisper something to Ava. We don't know what exactly that is, but I would like them to not hurt this Sonny and Rick friendship, but also, them just actually being real brothers, trying to be real brothers for once. I think that is still the best road to go down, because if they're going to make Rick turn on Sonny again, they've told this storyline dozens of times, it feels like, at this point. And that's just shoddy writing. Like, why are we even going to tell the same story again that we've seen so many times when you could try and tell a new storyline? So I'm hoping they don't go down that road. We did have more revelations from Ethan in this episode, but not revelations that I like. We found out that the person that Ethan has been trying to call is Delilah, which was the mother of baby Phoebe, who now Brook Lynn wants to keep with Chase. I think Ethan found that out at the end of the episode, that his friend, I'm assuming Delilah, died. What I'm hoping is not the case, is that Ethan is the father of this baby, because I was already wary of Ethan's return. I talked about it when it happened because it just seems so random. But if Ethan is coming back just to be a part of this baby storyline that I do not care about at all, that kind of takes away any excitement that was actually building with the fact that he was back. I mean, I feel like his return, even though I felt it was random, has actually been good enough. I mean, I hope that they didn't change the Rick and Sonny storyline just because Ethan had to return so randomly. That will also piss me off. But yeah, Sonny then called Rick over, needing to see him. And Sonny wanted to know if there was any progress with Sidwell. Sonny asking Rick why Rick thinks that Sonny is going to win over Sidwell. Rick is saying because Sonny is smarter than Sidwell. Sonny asked Rick if Rick really thinks that, because Rick thought he made the wrong call with Ethan. And Rick said he was questioning Ethan's motives, not Sonny making that call necessarily. Rick then lied to Sonny about where he went after that day when he went to go see Ava. Rick said he had a meeting at the DA's office. So then Sonny met with Justine. Justine was thinking it was going to be a booty call, but Sonny said that that was not the case today. He had some questions about Rick. He wanted to know if Rick met with anyone in her office yesterday. She made some calls, found out that Rick did not do that. So Sonny learned that Rick lied. Meanwhile, Rick called Ava about something that he wants to go through with in secret. So Rick is keeping a secret from Sonny. I'm hoping it's not something bad, so that we can go down the same path we've always gone with Rick and Sonny. But meanwhile, Sonny was wondering with Justine if Rick just wants to finish what he started years ago. Hopefully that's not the case, because it really is redundant at this point. And then, like I said, first Ethan and Tracy were arguing about Ethan going to work for Sonny because Tracy blames Sonny for lots of deaths of people she loves. And then he admitted to Tracy that him coming to Port Charles was not just him wanting to work for Sonny, that he was supposed to meet with someone he was working with on something else. This was that Delilah woman. Ethan then ran into Brook Lynn and Chase with the baby. That's when Ethan learned that the baby's mother was Delilah, who is now deceased. So yeah, I'm hoping Ethan's not the father. They could make an interesting backstory for Phoebe and Ethan and whatever they were actually working on. If they somehow tie it to Sidwell, that's going to piss me off too, because how many things can we tie to the supervillain Sidwell, who's actually kind of an idiot? How many things can we tie to him? So yeah, yesterday's episode, not great. I don't think it made good progress in May Sweeps. It actually made me feel less excited for May Sweeps, especially coming after Monday's intense episode, at least with the main storylines. So I was holding out for hope that GH was going to be our soap opera, at least our American soap opera, that gives us a good May sweeps that isn't just boring or kind of going nowhere or just stupid, but I'm less confident in that now after yesterday's episode.